Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. Guys, I love it. We already got 200 and something people in the building for our Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip recap. If you missed it earlier, we went, well, we didn't go live. I had a premiere. I recorded a video talking about all of the news that happened this morning while I was busy trying to take care of things. Hey everyone, I'm your boy, The Kempire. We're live on multiple platforms. We're live on TikTok. Let me move my TikTok fam over here. Okay. Excuse me, y'all. We're live on TikTok. We're live on Facebook. We're live on The Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're live on Twitch and Twitter. The Kempire there. We're also live, of course, on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Guys, don't forget to like the video, tap your screens, like wherever you're watching from. Don't forget to share the video because sharing is what? Caring, of course. But in the previous video that I posted before this live, I had a few different things that we covered. So I will give you guys the opportunity later to call in and share your thoughts on Lisa Rinna's apology to the ladies of the Real Housewives of Dubai. Apology. But before that, all right. So I had to wake up early this morning because y'all know I also have to take care of myself and take care of a few things. So I got up early this morning and the girls were fighting. T-shirts coming soon. The girls of the Real Housewives of Dubai were fighting. And yes, that includes Sergio. Just in case for those that missed my video earlier where I talk about this at length, you can check that out. So Sergio and Caroline Stanbury, allegedly, I'm in it again, y'all. They watch my reviews, all of the cast. I've heard from multiple sources, the entire cast, even the people that we shade all the time. All of them watch. And because all of you watch my recaps, they know the world is watching. So Caroline Stanbury and Sergio went on their platforms, Twitter, and they got those Twitter fingers, but they didn't tag Lisa Milan at all. So they're accusing Lisa Milan, her business, her 8-figure business that she talked about on the show, saying that that's not true and they know the person that she collaborated with. Well, Lisa was not here for it because, you know, I'm sure a lot of the ladies follow the Real Housewives of Dubai tag. Lisa got them together. Lisa, and I've seen people's criticisms of Lisa because they want her to be as shady as she is in her confessionals in front of these people. But like I said to you guys before, I feel like there's a lot edited out, partially because of where this is being filmed in Dubai. So there are restrictions on what we can see that plays out on the show because we don't want to we don't risk their lives. Just saying, we don't need anyone getting arrested for anything that they've done on the show, especially us Black folks, because I still don't believe Caroline Brooks when she says they love us there. I'm not falling for that okie doke. I'll come through, say, hey, and then I'm leaving. I don't believe that. And yes, we know about modern day slavery. Just saying. So Lisa got them together right quick and she let them know, no, we made our first million in 2016. They were just mad because of how much I loved, how much I loved that Rich in one line stole my heart when he called Caroline Stanbury. You mean the 50-year-old influencer? So apparently that really hurt her heart. And she said when she had an 8-figure business, she had this amount of workers and that. Look, it wouldn't be the first time that some of these housewives maybe inflated their lifestyle. She even talked about Lisa Milan's pool. Some of you shaded her pool too, putting the icicles in it. I ain't never seen that before. I didn't. Dorinda this week let us know that you can, she was heating her pool for the very first time. Well, not very first time, but from a long time. So they were shading that. This is going to be a good reunion. Word on the street. Word on the street. The reunion's happening here in New York City, allegedly, according to my sources. And damn these Dubai sources. The streets are hot. Drama says 50-year-old influencer was a great shade. And the thing is, we didn't expect it. We didn't expect it. Essence says Rich won Housewives. He is taking Peter Thomas's crown. Okay, we're not going to give it yet. We're not going to give it yet. But it was just a subtle shade that rolled off his tongue. So that the girls were fighting, and there was a pot stirrer in the mix. I'm not going to tell you who the pot stirrer was, Caroline Brooks. I'm not going to say who it was, but there are some pot stirrers in the group. Casey says, Kem to host the reunion. Well, look, I will host my own reunion. I don't think they would let me do that, though. They're going to be here in New York. Let's do it in your hotel room. Everyone come to the hotel room. Even Caroline Stanberry, Sergio, you're not invited. It's just me and the girls. Okay, you're invited because I said me and the girls. Here's the thing. I can't even sneak into the reunion. These producers are watching. So I can't even sneak in. I need a good wig. Someone get me the Taj hair. I tell you, I love that Taj hair. So if you missed, I go in great detail in the previous video where I cover the ladies of the Real Housewives of Dubai fighting. I also talked to you about Lisa Rinna publicly saying that she had a conversation with Caroline Brooks and with Lisa Milan and Chanel Ayan. Okay. But I already told you that's BS. I feel like it was BS because we already know what she was trying to say because she has a pattern. She has a pattern of behavior specifically when dealing with Black women. And I don't care what anyone says, her saying now trying to make it about ratings, then also making it about that she's grieving. This was all Bravo publicity telling her, we need to spin this. This is not good for you. This is not going to be good for the show. Okay. I don't believe the Lois situation because she literally has been like this for decades. Kat says, is Kempire eating? Am I eating? Do I sound like I'm eating? I really wish I know I had dinner right before this. So I'm in prime mode right now. All right. Let me see you guys saying. Ivy says, I think what Rich said was pretty tame based on what Stanberry said to his wife. Not to his wife. To Rich's wife. I was like, wait a second, are you referring to to the other one? It could have been worse. It was definitely tame. But that's what we like on our Housewives. We don't need you going for the jugular. We don't need you saying what Caroline Stanberry said to Lisa Milan. Oh, well, maybe she'll suck your you-know-what tonight. That was too far. Everybody was like, girl, where did that come from? Where did that come from? Like, that was below the belt. What Rich did was just subtle, funny shade. I mean, it was a little age shaming, but okay, all right, 2022. Guys, if you haven't already, we have over 400 and something people in the building. Be sure to like the video. Happy Friday. I hope you guys had a fantastic day. Be sure to check out some of the things that you already missed today. Because before I ran and did my errands and things that I needed to do, I made sure that you guys had at least one video this morning. And that's me talking to you about the mid-season trailer for The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So you can also, when you call in, weigh in on the trailer. And based on the Real Housewives of Atlanta trailer, they're going to Jamaica. We already knew that. The ladies are Kenya and Marlo. Fighting continues. Marlo's mom makes an appearance. Marlo versus Kandi. Okay, look, you know I twerk on a fence. And I didn't love how they gaslit Kandi when they were in the sauna. But let me find out them activating Kandi this season. We're getting some moments from Kandi just from this trailer that I was like, yes, Kandi, get her. She's like, I am not Michelle Obama. When you go low, I will go low with you. Yes. I will go low with you. But also Tyrone, Prison Bay, and Apollo. I didn't even realize the things that I said in that video that you guys pointed out in the comments. I was like, oh, damn, I forgot I said that. Apollo makes an appearance. Dwight makes an appearance at She by Sheree's fashion show. Of course, there's going to be some sort of hiccup, but finally we're going to get a fashion show with fashions. Deshaun Snow makes an appearance at this fashion show. I'm excited for the rest of the season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and trust and believe, they're not paying me to say that. I like the trailer, and Sonia, I'm looking at you side-eyed now. I'm just looking at you a little side. I'm excited about Sonia hosting the Jamaica trip. There's also a fight between Sonia and Kenya Moore. And then it seems as if Ross gets involved and all of you are like, oh, hell no, especially when it's against Kenya. But Sonia, I'm looking at you with side-eye because the last episode we saw with Sonia Richards Ross, she was not interested. And I rooted for Sonia because she was crying because she was like, I don't think I want to have another kid. To fast forward in this episode, the next upcoming episodes, I'm taking my IUD out. We shall see. Maybe there is a conversation that happens that will make me be like, oh, okay, now I can see why she changed her mind. It wasn't Drew that changed her mind. Speaking of Drew, when Drew fell on that track court in Jamaica, I said, oh, because she's hurt herself before. Like she had that injury before. And I was like, oh. Drew's bringing it too in this trailer as well. I'm excited. Don't forget, this Sunday, a new episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta will be on Bravo, and we will be doing our watch party along with the premiere of season 9, right? Season 9 of Married to Medicine. A promo came out. Actually, let me show you guys the promo. Let me see if I can find the promo. Hold on, y'all, because I didn't plan to show you guys this, but I'm just giving you a quick recap of all the things that came out today. And then we will get into the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, and you guys will have an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts. I just realized there was something that I wanted to add to the last video that I did, and I didn't. Damn it. It was going to be funny too, but I'll be using it in future videos. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right. Okay, here it is. Let me bring this photo in. So Married to Medicine, we will be watching it together Sunday night on my TikTok exclusively. If you guys aren't following me on TikTok, you should, because we have watch parties there, right? TikTok. I see you guys. Be sure to tap your screens on TikTok. All right, let me go back. All right, let me just pull this photo in. Let's take a look at the Married to Medicine ladies. Okay. Look at these women. First of all, they look amazing. The only one I'm not loving, because I'm a straight shooter. The only one I'm not loving here is Anila. But for me, Anila, sometimes her fashion and her looks can be hit or miss for me. But I don't hate it. But this is such a vibe. And look at Dr. Jackie in the middle, overlooking everybody. Because she is that girl. Oh, let me take this off so you guys can see everything. All right. Look at that. Married to Medicine. The new season premieres this Sunday. Bravo's not paying me. I know a lot of you love Married to Medicine. So I just want to remind you guys so that the amount of love that Married to Medicine gets, it reflects in the ratings. Okay, so Married to Medicine this Sunday, along with Real Housewives of Atlanta. We will be watching and recapping Married to Medicine on Monday evenings. Okay. All right. I did get a couple super chats before we even began. Mama Allie, nice to see you here. Hope all is well. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh wait, it's Friday night. Let me shimmy. Miss Nikki, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me shimmy some more. Shimmy. She says, happy Friday, Mr. Dimples Kempire. Every time I watch Real Housewives Ultimate Girl Trip, it reminds me of Sex in the City, especially Brandi. She reminds me so much of Samantha. How dare you? Thank you, Miss Nikki, for the super chat. I mean, Friday evenings were the times when we were doing our And Just Like That recaps. I look forward to the new season so we can get back to recapping that. That's one of the rare scripted shows that we talk about here on the channel. And it's actually one of my most played playlists here on YouTube. Speaking of most played, technically we're over 45 million right now. But based on the stats for last month, our channel, the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, although I've had it for years, we really relaunched it and started putting out content about a year and a half ago during the pandemic. We've reached over 45 million views. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And shout out to everyone that's been celebrating with me on Twitter about that. Look, I know some people are like, oh, you guys got to. No, you got to celebrate these moments. Celebrate every milestone in your life, no matter what it is. If it was something that you've been scared to do and you did it, celebrate it. You can celebrate it publicly. I mean, I have a platform, so I celebrate publicly. And also lets these people know you can believe what you believe, say what you want to say, and still have an audience, still be able to build. You don't have to suck up or brown nose in order to build a community. And that's exactly what we've done here. All right. Bloop. Okay. All right. So we talked about RHOA. We talked about the Dubai ladies fighting. We talked about Lisa Rinna and her apology. I don't know how you guys will have an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts on Lisa Rinna's apology, her public apology to the ladies of Dubai. I don't believe it. I feel like this is all PR. Excuse me. I also think that you guys will see Caroline Brooks or one of the other ladies, more than likely I can see Brooks doing it with Lisa Rinna on Watch What Happens Live. Don't be surprised. I said this on Twitter when we saw the beef happening. I said, don't be surprised you see this play out on Watch What Happens Live, them come together. And I'm sure Bravo told Lisa Rinna to apologize to the ladies. Okay. Oh, Simone. Oh, let me go. Thank you for giving me the heads up. Let me see what it's on her Instagram. Let me check Garcelle. Check on Garcelle. As you know, we've recapped Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this week, and a lot of people have been showing lots of love and support to Garcelle. Is it in her Instagram story? Where do I go? I don't see anything on her. Hold on. What did you say? Kim, check out. Oh, her tweet. Let me go to her Twitter. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. You know when we have a live moment. Oh, she just literally tweeted 3 minutes ago. Garcelle tweeted this. Thanks to let me share my screen so you guys can see. So I ain't making this stuff up. Like to show you what I'm seeing as well. And thank you guys for alerting me to this. I can only imagine it being a tough week for her because there have been a lot of people that have also been critical of Garcelle and saying that she didn't do enough. And we talked about that during our recap. There were a lot of people criticizing her, oh, I would have done more. And I can only imagine as a parent what that feels like when people still feel like you didn't do enough. So she says, thanks to everyone for your support. It's been a tough week. Seeing what really happened was hard to watch. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what Garcelle feels in that instance, and to see people that you thought you were building a relationship with, Garcelle and Dorit, because it seemed like they were building a relationship this season. To see that all play out and them laughing about Erica speaking the way that she did, and then also seeing Erica's conversation with Crystal. Remember that flashback where you see Crystal and Erica have the conversation? She's like, I was ish talking with 16-year-olds. She's like, they're not 16. and making excuses for it. And I know there have been some of you like, oh, but she apologized. And I said this the other day, especially when Kyle decided to come out and this 4-page Instagram story trying to justify what she did to Sutton and then try to justify what happened in the scene with Dorit and the husbands. Sometimes sorry is not enough because there are so many people that continuously do the same behavior over and over again and think that just saying sorry is enough. No, action means more. I said this in the last video that I did about the non-apology that we've gotten from Lisa Rinna and the no apology that we got from Sergio for using the N-word. Yeah, you could release a PR statement apologizing, but do you mean it? Do you really mean it? And that's part of the reason why sometimes I don't even ask for apology when I see these things play out, because I don't want a phony apology. I'd much rather you not say sorry, honestly. And thanks, Bravo. We know how you feel because you didn't apologize or release any sort of statement on Diana Jenkins and what she said to Philly Diva. You didn't release a statement on what Sergio said. And this is why I rock with Lisa Milan, because just because she's an employee of Bravo and NBC Universal, she was not afraid to call out Sergio and his racist tweets. I was like, whoa, I didn't expect her to say it. And I was here for it. I was here for it. Garcelle, I don't think people realize what you go through as being the only Black housewife on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't think people know or understand not just what you deal with the cast and production, but what you deal with the Bravo universe. I've said this multiple times, and it's not our audience. There are a select few that are in the Bravo universe that are extremely toxic, that are extremely just trolling these celebrities in their comments and just saying some of the nastiest things. And sometimes they look like you. So I can only imagine, and her releasing that tweet says to me, and I'm thinking that she felt the love and support, and she does say that in her tweet, but she said it was a rough week for her. I'm sorry to hear that, Garcelle. Very, very sorry to hear that. All right. I know why you're here, but I wanted to give people a time. You know, some people went out to dinner. Some people have lives on a Friday. But as you know, every single Friday, usually at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, we recap the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, which is available on Peacock. For those of you that don't have Peacock, don't worry. Once it's done, it will be on Bravo shortly thereafter. Okay. Let me take a sip from my Coldest water bottle, guys. And if you haven't gotten your Coldest water bottle, what are you waiting on? And they don't just have water bottles. They have all kinds of different things on their website, including things for your pets, pillows, ice packs, coolers, tumblers for your coffee. Don't forget to use the discount code, though, KEMP10 for 10% off. All right. I've been talking for almost a half hour, and I haven't even gotten into my my recap. All right, so let's get into the recap. Again, guys, when you call in, you will have an opportunity to weigh in on any of what we've talked about, but you better figure out which is the most important thing that you want to weigh in about, though. Can't go through everything. All right. Oh, Seth says, Kempire, I'm on my lunch break. You better get to it. You know what? I will not be rushed. Look. All right, let's get into it. All right, so Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip is, again, you know, originally when I was creating the you know, stream for this live, I originally called it Jill versus Dorinda Continued, because it feels like, although we didn't really see a lot of Jill Zarin in the trailer for Ultimate Girls Trip Season 2 Ex-Wives Club, we're getting a lot of Jill, and I'm glad, because we haven't seen Jill on our screens in a long time. And do I think that Jill is thirsty to be back? Yeah, she clearly says it in this episode. She says, I would like to come back as a friend of. First of all, Jill, if they offer her full-time status, she would. At this point, she's just like, I want to be on the show. I will even take a friend up. She will take a guest role. Jill will work for free. Jill will work for free. All right. So you remember last week's episode of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip? It was the beef between Dorinda and Jill and in the confessional. But we already know Dorinda, she's not the nicest when she's drunk. And honestly, I thought Dorinda would be fantastic in Ultimate Girls Trip. And then we would see her on RHOA Legacy or something, that she would come back. But there's still a rumor that she's coming back. And now I feel like I need to rewatch the last season with Dorinda to see if I felt like she needed to be put on pause. You may recall when I said, her saying she's been put on pause versus the other ladies, getting fired. I really believed that she was put on pause. Look, I believed it as much as she did until this week. And I'm like, wait, well, they just like to say, they just put $1 Million Listing New York on pause. I love $1 Million Listing. But I'm guessing because Frederick wasn't going to return to New York, they felt they had to figure it out because, the rest of the cast is not the greatest. I feel like there's certain people that I'm like, yes, keep them. Like Ryan Serhant, definitely keep. He has a big personality. Steve Gold, you're cute, but you can't sell a house. I'm joking. I never really liked him, to be honest. So they're trying to figure that part out. I need New York to come back. Don't put it on pause too long. Why is it on pause? I don't understand. Is it because Frederick isn't coming back? And I never got into LA. I love property, but there's just something about New York property that's different. I'm going to have to get into LA, though. So $1 Million Listing New York is put on pause, and so is Dorinda. And so is RHOA. We'll get back to Dorinda being put on pause. So at the top of this episode, Jill is nervous. She's in the confessional room. She's like, is the door locked? Is the door locked? Because I feel like they can hear me. I love her, though. I love Jill. I don't care what anyone says. And I love her not because I want to be friends with her. I keep emphasizing this, guys. I love her for TV. She's a hot mess. She's a hot mess. And I never thought, I did think, like, what would RHOA be like with both Dorinda and Jill on at the same time? We're now seeing it. We're now seeing it. It's a mess. It's toxic. And honestly, I don't know who team I'm on because one moment I'm like, yes, Jill's right. But then another moment I'm like, Dorinda's bringing up, she's dropping tea. But then Dorinda gets real nasty and ugly when she's drunk. I thought that Dorinda would really play it nice. But do you think Dorinda might have a problem? Okay, let's talk. Look, let's talk. Let's pretend Dorinda's not watching. I've heard things. Look, okay, I don't even have to say it. We have heard things. Sonia called her out during one of the reunions saying that she does other things. She said it, not me. Not me. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Thank you, Who Said Kate, for the super chat. She says, did you hear about Louis from $1 Million Listing and his abuse allegations victim? I didn't hear about the specifics of that. I know he was having problems with his baby mama. I didn't read the article. So if that's what it's related to, oh God, that's the last person I would expect, right? He had a lot of emotional problems too. So who knows? Who knows? Damn, Dirty Vegas says she needs therapy. She's got issues. Dorinda really does. Like, there are a few issues, and we're going to go into all those issues. So Jill is scared of Dorinda. She's talking about what happened the night before in her confessional at the top of this episode. And Jill has known Dorinda for a very long time. But Dorinda spilled some tea from the previous episode, but it's just footage from the previous episode, but footage we didn't see. That did Jill start dating Gary, her current boyfriend, 2 weeks after Bobby died? Look, we know Bobby was sick. Bobby was sick for a while. Bobby loved him some Jill. It wouldn't shock me if Bobby was like, move on. And this goes back to how people were very critical of Nene. Moving on. But Greg was sick for a long time too. Remember, Bobby was sick for a long time. I mean, I think some people don't know that because he wasn't on television. We actually saw Greg on television while he was sick. But 2 weeks? Dorinda later in the episode says you were talking about how you were going to call Gary like 2 days later after burying Bobby. I mean, when you hear it, look, I mean, I've never been in that situation, but it just sounds bad. Like it just sounds like, damn, 2 weeks, girl. And here's the thing. I can't trust a word that comes out of Jill's mouth because they literally catch Jill in a lie. And Dorinda. Who did Dorinda say that she doesn't take naps? Like when she's working? You are the nap queen, and I don't hate you for it. Take a nap. More people should take naps. I mean, you think she would be a lot nicer with all the naps that she takes. Must be nice. First of all, the best part of Ultimate Girls Trip, who knew that we really did not see Bluestone Manor? We only saw certain rooms and things like that, but we never saw the scope of Bluestone Manor, the property of Bluestone Manor. The fact that they brought a hot air balloon on the property and tethered that sucker 500 feet up. I know some of you are wondering, have I changed my mind about Phaedra? No. There are moments with Phaedra that makes me laugh, but they're not enough for me to like, yes, bring Phaedra back. Especially after this week on Dubai and she brought nothing. Because I feel like Phaedra is always putting up a wall. Phaedra talks about in this episode that she might be in love. Good for her. Good for her. Everyone deserves love. But she doesn't want to reveal. She's like, oh, not on that camera. You are filming a reality show. And this is why you would not be good reality TV, because Phaedra's always giving us an act. She's been doing this for years. It's gotten worse. It's gotten worse. But she's always giving us this act that we don't know who she really is. I mean, from the Phaedra math for the pregnancy to all this other stuff in the shady Faye business. I'm just saying. I know there are a lot of people like, oh, Phaedra should come back. Her confessionals are everything. But we don't need someone that's going to give us confessionals. She can't come back as a housewife and not give us her life. She's sort of skating by right now, not really giving much story. She's just sort of like interacting with the ladies, which is fine. And a little kiki every once in a while. But for me, she's not the most memorable part of Ultimate Girls Trip. And season 2 for me is not my favorite. I like it. It's not my favorite. I still love season 1 more. And it's probably because I don't really love all the ladies that are part of this. Eva's really stepping out. I know a lot of people are like, maybe Eva needs to come back to RHOA. I'm okay with Eva coming back, maybe as a friend of to RHOA or even full time, because she's an actual housewife. And she knows these women. It would be a natural fit. And she's giving a lot, I feel, like from her confessionals to interacting and all of that. Speaking of Eva, as you know, Jill on the previous episode, she's like, you doing a radio show? Can I be on it? Can I be on it? Oh, maybe I can just sit on the bed. And that's where last week I was like, I kind of get where Dorinda was coming from, because I'm like, she's trying to help Eva not have to say, no, I can't have you do that. So I feel like she's trying. She's like, Jill, stop being so thirsty. But all of them are thirsty. Name one person on this cast that's not thirsty. The only one that might not be thirsty is Eva. Even Phaedra's a little thirsty. Let me take a sip. Tess says I really enjoy Kempire. It's not even perfect. It's terrible, but I love Jill's New York accent. I really do. There's just something about Jill that's heartwarming. She's like a Jewish mother that I've always wanted. She reminds me of the Jewish women that I worked with in the past. Like I like that about. It's very nourishing. Nourishing. Nurturing. I'm turning into Chanel Ion, just messing up all kinds of words. There is that part, but there's also that other part where Jill, shut up, you're talking too much. I really don't mean to be disrespectful. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but Jill talks a lot. She's always trying to sell us her wares. Okay. But I like her for the show. I've always been an advocate for Jill to come back to Roni. Sidebar: when Jill's at the pool with the other lady and she receives that beautiful bouquet from Gary, she talked about she would come back as a friend of. I'm like, really, Jill? She would come back as a friend of, y'all. Why? Because she's thirsty. Thirsty. Well, the name of this episode is The Ultimate Thirst. Because all of them are thirsty to come back, including Brandi Glanville. Brandi likes to call all of them thirsty. Brandi, you're the thirstiest of them all. You had your sons beg Andy Cohen to give you your job back. And Brandi has not evolved. Brandi hasn't changed. I don't care what anyone says. There is no level of maturity that has happened with Brandi Glanville. I don't need to see Brandi come back. To me, she is a risk for Bravo if they brought her back. We'll get back to Brandi in a second. So Jill and Dorinda have multiple spats during this episode, but they seem to put that to the side after their lunch. Okay. Let me just say thank you. We got a couple of super chats. Hold on. My Journey, thank you for the super chat. Says, is that Contessa looking unrecognizable? Hold on. Wait a second. I mean, yeah, it's the editing, though. You know how they Photoshop. I have to say, Dr. Jackie looks great. Heavenly looks amazing. Toya, look at Toya over there. They all look good. Honestly, they all look good. Thank you for the super chat. Julie, thank you for the super chat. She says, please do not bring back Brandi, Vicki, or Jill. Love Eva. Sidebar season 2 was, oh, see? Look, it wasn't terrible because I'm still watching it. But you remember how much we loved season 1. And it could be because we had such a good first cast. And yes, I heard Ultimate Girls Trip 3, season 3, cast has been announced. Matter of fact, let me bring that up since we're talking, because you know, guys, I don't get an opportunity to report. Here on the channel, we cover everything in pop culture. So I can't cover every Real Housewives news. But I did see this. Hold on, y'all. Let me bring up. They have it. Let me see. Let's see if the cast is here. And I post, I post this every once in a while on my socials. Is it here? Where is it? Where is it? Hold on, y'all. I know someone else will have it. Let's see. The Ultimate, I don't know. They don't have a lot of housewives. And the fact that Nene was never going to be a part of Ultimate Girls Trip, that is a travesty. That is a travesty. Why can't I find it? Like, it was all over my timeline, and now I can't find the ladies. Ah, damn it. Hold on. Let me see if I can. I mean, I kind of know who everyone is off the top of my head, but I like to have in front of my face so I can remember everyone. First of all, Karen's not going to be a part of it, as originally reported. It's going to be Giselle and Candace. See, this is why I need. I know Heather from Salt Lake City is going to be there. What? Don't I? Wait a second. I shared it on my own Instagram story. Why am I not paying attention to what I've done? Hold on, y'all. I know I shared it on my Instagram story. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, not here. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. If I can find it. And that's the thing. When I'm looking for something, I can never find it. Oh, here it is. Thank you. Thank you. My Lord. Let me share my screen. Shout out to our friends at OMFG Reality TV on Instagram. Let me share my screen. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. All right. So the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 3 cast has been revealed. And this is what the report is saying. The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip is taking their drama on vacation once more. No one's house again. And now we know which cast members are officially filming the 3rd season this summer. And they're going to Thailand, I heard. Okay. ET has learned that the duos from several of the famed reality series franchises will be ditching their home cities and heading on the girls' trip. All right. The current cast includes Real Housewives of New York stars Leah McSweeney, Tinsley Mortimer. I'm actually surprised that Tinsley doing it. I don't know. How you guys feel about Tinsley? You already know how I feel about Leah McSweeney. Don't be surprised if she ruins this city too, this series. Giselle Bryant and Candace from Potomac. I like that. Any of the Potomac ladies really, no, not any of them. But a good majority would have been good. All right. Salt Lake City stars Heather Gay and Whitney Rose. Jen Shah can't leave the country, just saying. And last but not least, Miami Housewives Alexia and Marisol, who are besties. And that's the thing. I kind of feel like they should have mixed it up and tried different people that might have issues within their own city. It feels like a bunch of people that will get along. And I'm okay with people getting along if they're fun. And Marisol, to me, it's fun. But I'm just kind of like, Lee says Tinsley's weak. Storm says they need Mary Cosby. I don't think Mary Cosby's in communication with anyone right now. Just saying. I don't think she's in communication with anybody. Speaking of Mary Cosby, Jack, thank you so much for the super chat. He says Mary Cosby in her closet is better than Ultimate Girls Trip 3 cast. God, who knows what this new season of Salt Lake City is going to even feel like without Mary Cosby? And they're here filming in New York City because, as you know, Jen Shah is about to go on trial, federal trial. So they're all here filming again. And I heard rumors that they were going to start filming the next season, but I think this is going to be for the season that they supposedly wrapped, and then they're filming again now. So just prepare for a long season for Salt Lake City. Julie, thank you so much for the super chat. Julie says, any thoughts on Judge Mathis's new reality show? My husband told me tonight that I'm getting a company paycheck for doing nothing. Love, Tinsley. What? I haven't watched it yet. I've heard decent things, but I haven't heard. I was waiting for like the community to be like, hey, Kempire, have you watched it? I haven't really heard a lot of people say, watch it, watch it, watch it. Maybe I'll give it a try because his son is cute. And gay. Just saying. Just saying. All right. All right. It is good. Okay. All right. Okay. Get Fit with Cher says, hi, Kempire. I like Tinsley. I like Tinsley too. And I wouldn't mind Tinsley coming back. I just don't like Tinsley and Leah together because they're like best friends now. And I just see a lot of best friends. And I'm okay with that if they're interesting enough. I just don't feel like Tinsley's that interesting enough. And Leah definitely is not that interesting enough. Who do you think Leah's going to get in a fight with? Like, let's talk about that. All right, let me get back into Ultimate Girls Trip Season 2. Okay. So the girls go to lunch, and Vic, I have to say, and I know Vicki is not a fan favorite, and a lot of people do not like Vicki for a variety of reasons, but you also know I don't know Vicki's story chapter and verse. I know about the things that have made headlines, and how she was let go. And as you know, with this particular season of Ultimate Girls Trip, she had just got dumped. And all the signs were there. Literally, this man has married his fourth wife. And God only knows how many times he was engaged. Thank you so much, Chris, for the super chat. Chris says, Marco on Girls Trip needs to be shirtless more. I need something to inspire me to put up with Dorinda's drunken nonsense. Marco is funny to me. I actually prefer Marco than what was the guy's name? Matt from season 1, cheating on his wife with Luann. I like Marco. I didn't really love them pulling off his shirt like that because I felt like, let him do that. You know what I mean? Like, it felt a bit too much, but that's Brandi. That's Brandi. Anyways, so we find out during this girls' lunch that Phaedra might be in love, but she doesn't want to talk about it. She says she it's hard to date being in the public eye. I'm like, all right. Again, you're on a reality show. If you wanted privacy, there's a whole other life that you could have chosen. All right. First of all, did you guys, Brooks is the one that faked cancer, right? But he apparently had good sexual chemistry with Vicki. I mean, I find Vicki, at least at this point in the trip, a little bit more bearable than everyone else. And that's probably because everyone else is so unbearable. She's ready to whoop it up this episode. So I don't find her unbearable. And I know some people might be like, okay, from the jump when she got on this trip, she didn't want to be there. But she also lost her boyfriend, the man that she was engaged to, and she hadn't had sex with in 13 months. I find her a little bit more bearable than the other ones. And I get why she was on the OC for so long. I get it. And I'm glad they're flashing back so you kind of get familiar with some of those moments with her. Dotto, I don't know how she could be one and then didn't get any for 13 months. She's Vicki is good TV. I can see why. Couldn't be me though. 13 months. Damn. I mean, it's 13 months is nothing if you're single, but if you have a full-fledged partner and you're not getting any for 13 months, how's that work? It doesn't. They broke up. Well, he dumped her and then now married another woman, his fourth wife. How many times was he engaged, I wonder? All right. Let me get through this because we're almost alive an hour. And I know you guys want to call in and share your thoughts on all of the different hot topics, Real Housewives related and Bravo related. So we will have that Q&A time. Okay. All right. So Jill speaks to her mom when she's at the pool. And I loved Jill's mom too. Very typical Jewish New York City mom. I love Jill's mom. I love those moments. I'm glad they flash back to it. And of course, she when it comes to her daughter, she's like, I hope I never meet Dorinda in person. Damn. All right. Here's the thing. So along with Jill saying that she would be open to returning to RHOA as a friend of, at this point, they don't know that RHOA is not. It's getting rebooted. She says she is more than willing to come back as a friend of. And she says the reason is because, as a friend of, you don't have to give a lot. But she likes doing it. All right. So the other thing that she says, there are certain ladies from RHOA, if they decided to do this trip, Ultimate Girls Trip Season 2, she wouldn't have done it. You think she's talking about Bethany? You think she's talking about Ramona? Or someone else? She's good friends with Luann. I don't know what her relationship is with Sonia, but I know her relationship with Ramona has been rocky over the years. Those are some classic moments. Like, those are moments from RHOA that I can rewatch over and over again. Oh, Theo. Leah will. I want to see it happen, and I want to see Candace obliterate her. Oh, that's what I want to see. But Leah knows better. Leah knows better. She's going to try and be besties with Candace. She knows that she cannot come for Candace. Candace is going to be good. She's going to be good on this. I just need Candace not to go too far. That's the thing with Candace. Sometimes Candace goes to this dark place. I just need her to be fun, have fun, and be just shady. That might be the Giselle and Candace being on that trip is going to probably be the best part of that trip. All right, focus. Let's talk about this trip. We're already thinking about season 3. So there's certain women that she says that she would not go if they were going to be here, that she wouldn't do it. But apparently her and Dorinda have not been in communication. Like their friendship, I don't even think it's a friendship. It's like an acquaintanceship. Or as Chanel Ion says, coincidence. It's a coincidence ship. But apparently, and this is what I think a lot of people forget, and maybe because I've seen RHONY so many times, this is what was the reason for the downfall of her friendships with a lot of the ladies on RHONY, including Bethany. Jill is a little bit of a social climber. Okay, not a little bit. She is a social climber. She always wants to be involved in everything. She wants to be a part of everything. She's always wanted to be a part of RHONY. When she didn't come back, she's been just gunning to come back. Yes, she's come out with different, like, oh, this is the reason why I didn't come. No, I think people just find you to be a nightmare, but I think you should return because you are a nightmare and a liar. She lied. Come on. She lied. Both her and Dorinda lied. Okay. But I believe Dorinda when it comes to this whole Jill situation. Remember with the whole filming at Bobby's funeral? Literally, I remember the reunion when Andy said, no, Jill wanted us to film. And we didn't even see inside Bobby's funeral. And in Jill's confessional during this episode, she basically says, did you guys email me? Was I CC'd on the email? And this is her old assistant, so she can easily throw him under the bus or her under the bus. Was I on the email? No. Then I don't know. I would not want to film inside the funeral. Outside the funeral? Okay. And hence, it was outside the funeral. And you know Bethany's going to address this. You know Bethany's going to address this. Bethany is going to be like, you knew I was mic'd. Because she said, I didn't know Bethany was mic'd. You didn't see the camera filming you? I didn't know she was mic'd. You already know. Bethany's going to address this on her TikTok or on her podcast. Navistat, thank you so much for the super chat. Navistat says, Kempire, please tell me we are still going to have the RHONY reunion to call out Ramona and the rest. Brandi is a mess. No, they're not going to have. Navistat, are you really waiting on the reunion that never was for season 13? If you saw my last video, I told you the only time that the only time that Bravo will reboot a show is when there's racism involved. Thank you, Navistat, for the super chat. Jennifer, thank you for the super chat. She says, I don't like seeing women get drunk in excess. I feel drunken talk shows true character. I agree. Thank you for the super chat. And that's the thing. We saw quite a few of them very drunk. Okay. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, no, let's move on. Let's go to the Red Line Inn. So they're at the Red Line Inn where Dorinda worked as a kid. Like she worked there from like 14 to 24. And you know, Dorinda always has to make a moment of, you want to see me be a waitress? Let me show you. Sidebar, let me rewind all the way back to the balloon. When Dorinda was looking back at her house and reflecting on how she's been able to maintain this house on her own. If you watch RHONY, she had a real struggle with that because she's like, I feel alone. I feel alone, taking care of all of this stuff. And I felt for her. And I think with having Marco around, if she could afford to have Marco around forever, she would want to do that. Like she would love to have a house of help, and she doesn't have that. She only has her housekeeper and maybe occasional help for like the garden and things like that. So she's really living it up right now with having Marco there. She's got the lady of the manor comes downstairs and she's like, "What's the itinerary today? Let's go through the itinerary for the day." Just like, okay, Dorinda. Okay, back at Red Lion Inn. Okay. So again, the confessionals from people like Eva crack me up. But at the Red Lion Inn, they already start drinking. Jill already throughout this episode is talking about how Dorinda is a different person when she drinks. If you know Dorinda, we know that. And one thing I don't like about a drunk is if someone's an angry drunk. I like a funny drunk, happy drunk, but an angry drunk is scary. Because first of all, you already know that a lot of people say things that are true when they're drunk. So if they're being nasty and they say some really nasty things to you when they're drunk, then it's like, damn. Navistat, I love it. See, I'm glad I have the YouTube chat open here because they don't show me Navistat's comment in StreamYard. Navistat says, "So proud to be a part of this community. Love you." Thank you, Navistat, and thank you for being a member of the channel for 9 months. Guys, if you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TheKempire.com/join. If you're watching from your computer, just click the join button. You don't have to, but there are some perks to it. Like I will be dropping the call-in link for team members first on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel community tab. All right. Let me take a sip. I've been talking a lot. I can already feel it. Jamila says Jill is right. I mean, I think we all can agree with that. Rena says, "Hope Jill is not a continuous buzzkill." Do you really think that she's being a buzzkill? I mean, that's Jill's personality. She's like a walking buzzkill. But you kind of need that sometimes, especially when you have a bunch of women drinking. So the ladies are sitting there at this table. So at first they're talking about Vicki and what Vicki's going through, and Dorinda takes some hits at her and talking about she's been depressed and she's been here, and everyone's like, "Well, ever since you got the steroid, you seem to be a lot more livelier." And now she's talking about whooping it up. Okay. But out of nowhere, so Dorinda and Jill go back and forth. And that's where Dorinda denies taking naps and all this other stuff. Dorinda also calls Vicki a victim, but then all of a sudden it goes from Dorinda attacking Vicki to Dorinda and Jill having it out. But Jill, like a true housewife, after the back and forth, she tries to diffuse it. She's like, "You know what? I'm wrong. I shouldn't say these things to you in your home." After she says a lot. Because at one point, Dorinda says to you, I'm on a show. Look, like I've been drinking. "I'm on a show that you're no longer on." And Jill's like, "And apparently there's a reason why you're not on it either." And she's like, "I'm on pause." Now I don't even believe that she's on pause. I thought the same thing, Kenzie. I thought the same thing, but I didn't want to say it. So I would just show what you just said. I thought that. I agree. Jamil says Jill held her own. Jill did. Do you think that Jill will come back in Legacy? I think Jill should come back in Legacy, especially with the beef that she's having with Dorinda. For that to play out during the season. All right. So Jill diffuses that immediately. And then out of nowhere, Taylor Armstrong brings up, and I think this was a producer moment. Honestly, I think this was a producer moment. I think a producer was like, "Taylor, talk about this." You remember when Brandi revealed that Adrian used a surrogate? And mind you, in this episode, Brandy's like, I don't regret it. And she's like, I'm good friends with I'm really good friends with Adrian now. And Taylor's like, no, you're not. And everyone's like, why are you even bringing this up, Taylor? Taylor's drunk. Okay, but Taylor has brought this up when she was sober too. That came out of nowhere. I was like, where is I was here for it. I didn't see it coming. And I have to agree with Taylor. That was a very terrible thing for Brandi to do. And like I said before, Brandi for me, and you see it in this episode, you see it during the season of Ultimate Girls Trip, has not grown. She has not grown. Brandi is still the same person. She has not matured. That's why she's this grown woman in a baby doll dress. I'm like, there's Brandi. And I don't want to see Brandi come back. Because like I said, for me, she's a liability for the network. She really is. Like, I feel like she would slap somebody else again. She almost slapped Dorinda. And then she goes below the belt all the time. In this episode, she brings up Taylor Armstrong's husband dying and them talking about, you think it was a successful season and your husband, offed himself. And they were like, oh no. She hits below the belt. But it doesn't stop there. She hits below. Dorinda hits below the belt next. It's like, what if your son died? I want to understand the correlation. Did anyone else understand the correlation of bringing up her son? I mean, was it an analogy like Teresa? And I'm not getting, like, I mean, she was drunk, so I wasn't fully understanding the analogy that she was trying to use. She really didn't clarify what she was saying. But that pisses off Brandi. She's like, what? What? Like, because when Brandi came back to the table after the Taylor situation, and Dorinda was like, you shouldn't have brought that up. You shouldn't have brought that up. And it seemed like everything was going to be okay. And then Dorinda says, what if it was if your son died? Oh, what? ST says that was weird when Dorinda brought up Brandy's son. Brandi got really upset, but walks away. Gets really upset and walks away. And I have to say, this moment made me laugh. This moment did make me. It made the bartender laugh too. Y'all saw when they segued to the bartender and caught him laughing. And Phaedra says, because Brandy's like, I could, soccer. And then Phaedra's like, no, she could be your mother. And she's like, no, she can't. She's 5 years older than me. She's 5 years older than me. And they all laugh. They all have a moment and they laugh. The bartender laughs. I laugh. Brandy's laughing. And honestly, I don't know who that's an insult to, because I honestly feel like Dorinda looks good, but I don't think that Brandi looks great. You know what I mean? So I'm just not even sure who that's an insult to at this point. She's only 5 years older than me. So Brandy's minding her business, having a key with Phaedra. She's seemingly calming down, but Dorinda, Clip Medley, comes over and is confronting Brandi again. And like Brandy's like, I've had enough. Like she's ready to fight Dorinda. And that's how the episode ends. Good night, folks. No. All right. I'm going to drop the call-in link for you guys to call in. I'm going to drop it on the Kempire Daily community tab. However, for everyone that's in the live chat, we're almost at 400 likes. Let's get to 400 likes, and I'll drop the call-in link on the general live chat as well. But let me just drop it for our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. Again, guys, if you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. That is a new link. So join there. Let me just do this. And replay crew, we haven't forgotten about you. What did you think of all of what we've talked about? But also, what are you feeling about the latest season of Ultimate Girls Trip? Are you enjoying it? Do you like it? What do you think of this latest episode? Oh, yes. Oh, hold on. Let me just drop this, y'all. Let me just drop this. Oh, Onyx says you can really see Brandi's age. How old is Brandi? Is Brandi in her 50s? All right. I dropped the call-in link on the community tab for you guys. Is she in her 50s? Like, how old is Brandi? Gustav says that Brandi had a lot of plastic surgery. Yeah. AC says Dorinda is in her 60s. Is she? I feel like Dorinda is a level of like, I like how Dorinda is aging. I think she looks good. All right, Dorinda's 57. I think she looks good for 57. I feel like Brandi looks, I don't know, Brandi for me looks rough. Okay. Just me personally. I don't know if it's surgery. I don't know if it's the drinking. I don't know. Even though I feel like everyone else is drunk this episode and Brandi's not as drunk. We don't need Brandi drunk though. Also, there is a large, so it's an 8-year difference. I mean, still not old enough to be her mama. Brandi's 49, Dorinda is 57. I think Dorinda looks good for 57, despite all that drinking. Johnny says, not rough. Good night. Miss Nikki, thank you for the super chat. Kempire, I was so done when they showed Brandi cracking her knuckles in the confessional, right? Did you see that? I was like, ouch. Ouch. 49. How old is Jill? Jill must be in her 50s too. She's probably closer to Dorinda's age than Brandi. Sally, thank you so Sally with the picture. Sally says Brandi got a taste of her own medicine. Yeah, because she does say some things when she's drunk that's why who do I like the most in this? Like, I thought I was going to love seeing Dorinda back, but we're seeing angry Dorinda. Do you think that Dorinda can save herself by the end of the season? This is only episode 5. This is only episode, not Jill being older than everyone. Jill looks good. I think Jill looks good. Okay. See, Jill agrees with me. I think so. All right. All right. Did we hit our goal? Hold on. Let me go back here. I see Amy's backstage. I'm going to bring her up in just a second. And we did hit our goal. So I'm going to drop the call and link here as well. I feel like Jill held her own this episode, especially dealing with someone like Dorinda. And I feel like Dorinda really showed like her ass this episode and the last couple of episodes. Like, she just goes from all of these emotional, like from drunk to, but that's the thing. Dorinda doesn't have to be drunk to be like off the wall. We saw that with Tamara last week. So for Dorinda to be drunk and off the wall, that's a whole other level. To me, that's a whole other level. And Vicki's 58. Yeah, I think we knew that much though. How old is Phaedra? Phaedra looks good. I don't really love Phaedra in all the wiggetry. Like, I like the black short bobs. To me, it just feels age appropriate. I just feel like for such an accomplished woman to look like an Instagram model, I'm just saying, can we talk? I do like her confessional look with the blonde, with the blonde mix. I like that look, but it's her confessional look. I just feel like her everyday look, it's just like, it's changed from over the years. It's hard for me to take her serious. Phaedra's like 48, 49. She looks good. To me, Phaedra looks really, really good. And I think Eva looks really good. And Eva's not wearing a stitch of makeup most of the time. And she looks good. But, I mean, she is also a former model. Oh my God. No, says she doesn't age. Uh-oh. Law says, I'm not feeling city girl Faye. Yeah, it's so it's just oh, I didn't even send look, I didn't even send out the link, y'all. There goes the link. All right. I learned something new. I mean, I've heard the term units before, but I'm not a wignista, so then there's that. All right, guys. If you haven't liked the video, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, guys, don't forget our Black Label Kempire merch is now available at houseofkempire.com. That is HAUS of Kempire.com. We're live on multiple platforms. I appreciate everyone watching on TikTok. I see you guys. We're also live on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you guys all for being here. Be sure to follow if you are not following me on these other platforms as well. Let me take a sip because I've been talking so much that my throat is dry. Okay. All right. Let's get into these callers. And then after this, I'm wrapping it up and I'm going to bed. It's been a day. It's been a busy day. Not a bad day, just very busy. A lot happening. And I have things I need to do tomorrow as well. So stay locked, stay tuned, guys. As you know, here on the channel, you're getting all kinds of content, specifically pop culture news. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And of course, check out some of the things that you missed this week. Even on July 4th, we were busy. So be sure to check out all of the news, okay? And what's coming up? More pop culture news, but Sunday, we have our watch party for our RHOA and Married to Medicine. And I believe we have a recap for Love and Marriage DC. I believe there is a new episode that comes out this week. I don't believe there's a new episode of Huntsville. But if so, stay tuned. All right, let's get to some callers, and then I'm wrapping this up, and I'm getting out of here. All right. All right, Amy J's backstage. I'm going to bring her up. What's going on, Amy?
Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
It's been a long week.
Right? Oh my gosh.
This episode, I'm just getting into these new the Housewives Ultimate Girl Troops. I did not know these characters, especially the non-Black cast. Like I heard of the people, but I didn't know how they are in action. So I give this episode, I gave it a 10.
Oh,
as much as
I feel like you're very generous with your ratings, though. Am
I? I try to be nice, but listen. Here's the thing. I liked the messiness. I know that you guys have history with these people, so they rub y'all a different way. Yeah. But Dorinda to me is hilarious. I mean, she gets saucy and she just says how she feels.
I think you should watch RHOA, though. I think you should watch some of the older seasons of RHOA. And you're right. I think you will feel different.
I know, because you guys have a different relationship with them. But I have to. You know them more. I don't know these people. I watched it because Eva and Phaedra, who are not acting like themselves. Phaedra has been walking around pretending to be this Southern belle with it's just weird. And she looks like a city girl on top of that with those bedazzled nails. It's just this girl style. But I have to say, Dorinda has been holding my attention because she's just really, really messy. Brandi, I don't like her. I have never watched her on Raw, what's it called, but she has a bad, like her tongue cuts. And I don't see how she doesn't see it. But this episode, she got a taste of her own medicine. I felt that was, the two drunken girls yelled at each other. And I feel like that was an even Steven. Nobody needs to be in their crossfires. Let them yell at each other and act out. That's what I got from it.
Okay.
It was fun to watch. I mean, I'm hoping next episodes we can get a little. It seems like everybody's digging in the past because I seen Taylor bringing up something Brandi did season 2.
Well, you know what it is? That's a theme that they try to use on Ultimate Girls Trip to sort of like be like this sort of nostalgic moment on Ultimate Girls Trip. So that's intentional.
Oh, so they, but the thing, like, she brought it up to kind of scold her. And you know this girl don't take well to that. She literally, but I understood what she was trying to say. Dorinda was trying to say, if someone said something like that about your son and he had passed away, how would you feel? But she wasn't able to vocalize that because she was too drunk. So she was like, what if your son died? I was like,
my God.
This drunken mess, lady. Get it together if you're going to pull out a point. But it was funny. I liked it. I want to see more of them. I just hope that Eva and Phaedra can loosen up.
Really? You don't feel like they're loosen? Oh, you want them to reveal more? Yeah,
Phaedra was. I don't think she's drinking too much. I think she takes sips and watches everybody else get drunk.
Oh, without a doubt.
And I think Eva is private as well. They don't really want to, and this is why Eva didn't do good on Housewives. She did good with roasting, but when it came to sharing her life, she ran off like a roach when the lights come on. She disappeared. You don't remember that? She got mad. People said her house was so much.
You bring up a very good point, because I think people are mesmerized by their funniness in the confessionals and how they're just sort of like they're the fun girls on the show, but we're also not getting anything. We're not getting any updates on the way they were digging in the past with the other people.
That was the main reason why I didn't think it was a good idea that Eva came back. Eva doesn't want to share. She's best as a friend of, and Jill, I don't know who she is, but she gets it. She doesn't want to share her life, but she wants to check. So but I don't think nobody wants to watch her, because I've watched enough of her and she's too whiny for me. She was crying about not being on the real show.
Jill is fine. I think Jill just likes the fame. She likes the attention. She likes filming.
But you don't have nothing to share. She doesn't have anything to share. She's crying about people not calling her thirsty. Like, girl, you were acting thirsty. Eva's on that was not a show to be beating down the doors to get on. No shade to them. Kempire, your show's better than that. I'd rather be on Kempire Live than to be on Ricky Smiley. I'm just saying. And the way she was beating down the door, I was like, girl, calm down. You're doing just way too much.
I mean, shout out to Ricky Smiley. I mean, they're in a lot more markets than we are, but
I'm saying he's just not my cup of tea. I've heard this show, Portia and the whole crew. I
have to say, based on what we saw in the little clips that we got, I was just like, that don't sound interesting. We miss Wendy Williams on radio. Just saying.
Listen, I watched Ricky Smiley through RHOA, from Portia, from Claudia Jordan, and Eva, and it all looks boring. It's nothing. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not interested.
How does Ricky Smiley?
Because he showed that show as many times they could. It doesn't change it. It doesn't seem funny. So I am done. But I will say I like this episode. I want to see what happens next episode. I just wish the two Black girls would stop hiding and be more relaxed with those girls. They seem like they're playing a front.
Yeah, because at least in this episode, we get a little tidbit from Phaedra that she's dating someone that she might love, and then we're like, okay. You don't have to tell us who he is, but tell us how you met.
I'm not going to share that on camera, darling. I was like, oh, is it another jailbird for Phaedra? Let us know. Is it Apollo 2.0? I'm just saying.
All right.
He's done with sharing, but I'm just like, come on, you get to pull back. But I'm waiting for Candace and the crew, because I want to see how they act out. But I really would have loved if they would have put Giselle and Robin together. I really like if they put them together and let them be the Green Eyed Bandits with other girls, because they could stir some stuff up.
But here's the thing: there's a lot of friends going on this trip, so I'm glad they mixed it up.
But I feel like Candace and Giselle gonna wind up fighting with each other.
That's fine, but that's the thing. Like, there's already a bunch of people that are close, and that you never know, because you look at Kenya and Cynthia from season 1, but there's a lot of people that are going that are already close. So.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. But this season, I have to say, this is a good girls trip. Next time, they can't do it in that woman's house. She has too many problems.
All right, Amy.
Never again.
I gotta let you go, but you're a mess.
Bye.
Bye. Wow. Okay. We're going to take some more callers, guys. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Be sure to like the video if you haven't already. We have over 800 and something people watching. Let's get to 700 likes. Let's get to 700 likes. Liking the video is an easy and free way of supporting our channel, but other channels that recap similar topics. All right. Jennifer's backstage. I'm going to bring her up. What's going on, Jennifer?
Hey, Kempire. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine. Drinking kombucha, trying to get it down.
I love me some kombucha.
Yeah, my sister's just forcing me to drink it and found one that I like. So
yeah, I had to find there's 2 that I like. But
yeah, I like Synergy. And which one do you like?
It's like peach pineapple.
Oh, that's my sister's favorite.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Right, let's focus.
But, I know. Let's stay focused. what I wanted to say is, for me on the girls' trip, this is me, not just this girls' trip. This is me anytime any women is on. I do not understand how women who's supposed to be, and I'm holding up air quotes, classy, get on national television and get piss poor drunk.
Mm.
That, I mean, like, if you do it one time and then you see yourself, why continue to do it? That's why I have respect for Jill, not drinking at all. For Phaedra,
She's never been a drinker though.
she's never been a drinker. Yeah. And Phaedra will take a sip, just like the other person said, and keep watching. And that's what you're supposed to do when you're in social settings.
Mm.
And then who else? Eva, she just gonna stay high the whole time. She just gonna stay high. But I just don't like seeing that drunkenness because it's just gets bad. And Brandi has not changed, not one bit.
No,
Not one
she hasn't
bit.
matured.
Yeah, and she looks, I don't care what nobody say. Start paying attention when people are having these surgeries and doing everything, because when you get older, them surgeries ain't gonna keep going with you.
Oh,
You're gonna have to keep doing it because some gonna start drooping, dropping, this and that. And Brandi, they looking bad. Taylor looking bad. They just looking bad. Just stop it. And one of the things that I wanted to say is Jill was kind of wrong. It was kind of thirsty wanting to be on Eva's thing. I mean, that is a nationally syndicated radio show.
yeah.
You have to be approved to be on that radio show.
Yeah.
And so
she thought it was a podcast like her sister's podcast.
Yes. And Eva said it's a national syndicated radio show, but I think Dorinda just jumped in or whatever and stuff like that. But I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was Brandi and Dorinda said that to me about my son, what if your son, because we know in the day and age we living with, we're not always burying our parents. Our parents are burying us now. So you never know when somebody gonna go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So she didn't even want to have that thought.
That thought in her mind. But if I was Brandi, I would have like walked away real cool at that restaurant, and then I would have beat her butt in her own house.
Oh my God.
I'm serious. I'm serious, Kempire.
Off camera?
Off camera. When they gone, I would have whooped her butt in her own house. Cause I want you to feel this. I'm not gonna tear up the restaurant. I'm gonna tear up your house. Cause that was wrong. Like, don't say nothing about nobody kids. Stop that, people. And then the other thing that I was gonna say is I understand that Vicki came to the house with her, Republican, non-vaccinated. I don't believe in this. Just got through with COVID, but I don't understand that. You understand what I'm saying? And then she came there. Okay, we understand the dude just broke up with you, right? Okay, first, if you thought you was going to be a wet blanket, cancel and don't come. But
she would do anything to be on TV.
On TV. But then you see, didn't they say that her and the dude hadn't even slept together in 13 months?
Yeah.
Kempire. What did my mama always say? You know, I done told you what my mama always said. Don't let a man tell you he doesn't want you more than once. And a man will show you he doesn't want you before he verbally tells you. Pay attention to the signs.
Damn.
She could have got out of that a long time ago. Dude been telling her he didn't want her.
13 months. And he was staying at her house in Mexico while she was in California working.
Him and his other cheetah in Mexico. That's who's staying in her house.
He's married now. He's married to somebody else. I don't know where he met her.
In Mexico. But anyway, honey, I love you. That was big time Al calling my daddy. Let me call him back. Thank you
so much, Jennifer.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. We got quite a few people backstage, guys. It's Friday night. I'd like to go relax. It's been a day. I've been busy. So let me know the most pressing thing that you want to cover and talk about. Understand there are other people waiting behind you. So let's get into it. Again, no profanity. Straight to the point. If you're just joining us, like the video. Let me say thank you. Nawal, thank you so much for the super chat. Nawal says Brandi needs to get your code and get herself some Coldest water bottle. The girl needs to drop alcohol and start drinking water. Who knows? You never know who's using my code. Quite a few have used the code. You never know. These housewives watch. They're probably watching right now. The network is probably watching. Keep watching. Thank you for the views. All right. I'm going to bring up Anthony. Hold on. Hey, Anthony, how are you? Anthony, I can't hear you. Uh-oh. Anthony, do me a favor. Drop out and then call back in. Sometimes that happens with StreamYard. Okay. Candace Jenkins, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Candace?
Hey, Kempire. Happy Friday. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good, hanging in there. I have two quick comments. The first about them having it at Dorinda's house. I'm wondering if they couldn't go out of the country because Vicki was not vaccinated. And I wonder, I can't remember exactly when they filmed it, but maybe there were a lot of countries that still had a lot of restrictions.
Oh, yeah, they did because it was like the fall. It was like about to be fall.
Exactly. Every time I watch that, I'm just like, I wonder if they couldn't go out of the country because of her. Second thing, Jill and Bobby's funeral. If she really did not want them filming at the funeral, she didn't have to sign the release.
Exactly. We all know that.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing that irritates me with Jill. She lies about stuff that's so easily verifiable. Like, don't sign the release, tell the cameras to leave. They would have filmed the cameras being shut down and then Bethany walking out, because that would have been the story also.
Yeah.
Right. Jill, she irritates me with that though. I'm just like, girl, we can verify this.
And they were, the shady producers were showing they were making it. They did that both to Jill and they did that to Dorinda too. And they showed how they were both liars and hypocrites.
Right. But Bravo has had to check Jill before. That's why the producers were ready. Like, well, your assistant emailed us. Well, was I CC'd? He acted on behalf of you, ma'am. So what are you talking about?
And that's the thing too. It's sort of like she's throwing them under the bus, which is part of the reason why, from what we hear, that's why she has not come back. Because it's not just she doesn't have bad relationships with the housewives. It's production that she has been shady with. And this is another reason.
Bingo.
Damn. All right, Candace. Let me put one in.
All right. You have a good one.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Ooh, hold on. Megan, 1 second. Let me just try Anthony again. Anthony, are you there? Anthony? Nope. I don't know what happened, Anthony. I don't know if you can hear me, Anthony. Someone send code to Anthony. All right, I'm gonna bring up Megan. What's going on, Megan?
Hi, Kempire. Happy Friday. Really quickly, I don't know if it's been a long day, but does Dr. Contessa in that picture look like a black Teddy Mellencamp? Just a little bit?
Oh, you better. Oh my God, she does. Why would you do that? Hold on. Now I gotta.
Okay. I thought I was going crazy.
Hold on.
Oops. I thought I was going crazy. I was just like, something in the makeup, it's just something about it that just kind of looks a little bit like Teddy. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Teddy? I can see it.
Okay. Well, as long as somebody else can kind of see it, I'm just like, I don't know if it's just been a really long day. Who knows? It's the weekend. Like, I don't know what the hell I was on. I was just like, it kind of looks a little bit like Teddy Mellencamp. What the hell is going on? Maybe they have the same makeup artist. But anyway, I know my time is short. So y'all can marinate on that debate in the comments. Okay. So, I have to say, I love Jill so much. I really do. I feel like she is Roni. I've been wanting her to come back forever. And honestly, seeing her on Girls Trip solidifies that, even though, yes, she is thirsty, but they all are. It's a part of being a housewife. I love that phone call with her mom because I was just like, this is so New York. Like, yes, like your New York mom, just like, I better not see that girl in the street. Like, that is so New York. Like, yes, I love that. I love that about Jill. Want her to come back full time, not even as a friend, full time. There's something about Eva that like I kind of don't love. And I don't like how she is like the kind of friend who she sees her other friends' bad behavior toward other people and then is confused when they are like, she does this to me. I'm just trying to like the whole Tamara in the, in Vicki, the food in the room situation. And she's kind of looking like them, like they're crazy for feeling like Dorinda didn't just yell at them. And she's just like, well, I don't understand. I get along with Dorinda. I'm like, okay, yeah, you do, because you're not on the other end of a drunken tirade. Well,
she's also smoking a lot of weed.
You know what? Kempire, that is very true. She can just she's on a higher plane. She's on a higher power. But I'm like, it irritates me so much when she's just like, I don't understand why you guys are not getting along with Brandi or Dorinda. They're coming after Brandi, and I don't get it. I'm like, really, Eva? Okay. So I kind of agree with some other callers. I feel like, who knows, maybe like the mayor, I'm just going to be the whole kind of like demeanor of like, I'm going to be on the side. Smoking is a kind of ploy, so you don't have to show as much as everybody, because yes, she did smoke on Atlanta, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like she wasn't the type that was like smoking all the time. Like, I don't know. But anyway,
I was shocked. I was like, what? I didn't realize she was a smoker.
Right? So anyways, and lastly, I don't think that what Dorinda said was below the belt. Brandi is the type of person who gets gutter. She gets gutter, and then she is surprised when people are gutter back. Like Dorinda said it in her confessional, like Brandi plays with death. She plays with it like it's a toy. And then it's like, how are you going to be surprised when like someone says it back? Like the other caller said, Dorinda was trying to say, what if your son died and someone threw it in your face? She didn't get that far. But what if someone...
Because I was trying to get there with her, but I was just like...
she just let it land. She said, what if your son died? And then just let it... She didn't say nothing else. But that, I think... Listen, I don't like when Dorinda gets that drunk. I never liked it. I didn't like her last season of Roni. I thought it was disgusting. But in this sense, I was just like, I didn't even think that this was that bad. Like the things that she said on the last season of Roni to Tinsley, all of that stuff. And then she doubled down on it at the reunion. To be honest, I don't even feel like this was that bad in context. So everybody like, spare me the, oh, you can't come for a child. Like, girl, Brandi, the giraffe wearing a pink dress, getting up. Oh my God, I'm gonna beat this girl. Like, really, like, please, I do not want to see Brandi on my screen again. She is the thirstiest one of them all, and she likes to pretend that she's not, but it is Brandi. And then also, I didn't think Jill asking Eva for the radio show thing was even that serious. I thought Jill was actually maybe like 75% joking. Like the other percent, I think she was serious. I really did. I didn't even think it was that big of a deal. I was just like, she was like 75%. The fact that Eva didn't laugh it off, I thought it was a joke when Jill said it. So I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And then it turned into this whole big thing. But anyways, I love Jill. That's Black Teddy Mellencamp. And yeah, that's it. So
I didn't see you said it. Megan, thank you so much for calling in. You too.
Happy Friday, Kempire.
Wow, I didn't think about that. Damn, the Teddy Mellencamp. Now you just ruined that shot for me, Megan. Oh my God. I mean, if Contessa doesn't play the season right, she might be the next Teddy Mellencamp. That was a terrible season last season for her. So we shall see what this new season of Married to Medicine will be. Guys, you just joined us. We're taking callers for the recap of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. As you can see, I'm waning. That means it's time for me to go. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning, maybe before, and I didn't really get that much sleep. So, all right. Miracle Rose says, I finally caught it live towards the end. Don't play. I mean, it is towards the end, but just saying. I do think that Brandi is definitely one of the thirstiest, if not the thirstiest. And then I'm thinking to myself, I still wanted to see Dorinda and Tinsley make amends because of how their last season together ended up. And maybe they'll do it on Legacy. I don't know. I don't know if Tinsley's filming for Legacy. I still feel like they should have done a Real Housewives of Chicago. Not sure why that never happened, but you never know. We shall see. Let me get to these calls. We have quite a few people backstage. We have Amanda, we got Joanna, and we got Kyla. So I'm going to bring up Amanda first. Hold on. Hey, Amanda, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
I don't like Brandi, but like, it's like in this situation with Taylor, I feel like she grew just a little bit right there, just a tiny 0.0.1 inch, right? I feel like if you know who like the type of person she is, like don't come at her with like a knife, like come at her with a bazooka or something.
Oh,
Like, and then I feel like Taylor was trying to play the victim when she came back. I mean, what she said was wrong, but like, she goes for the juggler, like, but don't be surprised for what she said. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And then when Dorinda came back and said something about her son, I feel like that wasn't making the situation any better. Like, she was just mad that the attention was off of her and she wanted more attention, and her drunken state was just crazy. Like, girl, like go drink some water, go drink some apple juice, go over there. All of them is a mess. All of them. This season is okay, but it's like, give me something else. I want something more interesting.
Did you like season 1 more?
I did like it was like more how all the ladies had different like activities. I feel like it's like all focused on one person. So I just want something like that. So that's all I wanted to say.
All right, thank you so much, Amanda, for calling in. Oh, I'm gonna bring up Joanna next. Hold on one second. Hey, Joanna, how are you?
Hey, cousin, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
You say you tired, but the skin is on fleek, the arms out. Are we down in the valley tonight or no?
I'm gonna watch that when I get off of here, though. I'm on season 2 of P Valley. I am on that.
What episode are you on?
Oh, I'm on episode 3. Or I think
okay. So yeah, you got a couple more.
Yeah, so it's 5 episodes out right now for season 2 of P Valley. I might have to do like a Kempire After Dark for that one, for the script.
Definitely for the Valley. But yeah, I like this season. I did like season 1 better, but there wasn't an anti-vaxxer to make them stay in the country. So yeah, I do like this season though. Everybody is thirsty to me except Eva, and that's probably because she hides a kite the whole time, which I don't particularly mind. I enjoy my edibles every now and then too, so I feel her on that. However, she was like, all right, I came to kick it with y'all for a little bit, still do my work and get an extra check while I work. I ain't mad at her for getting her
couple of checks while she's there.
Exactly. I'm not mad at her for getting her bag, but I do feel like she needs to share a bit more because she does fade into the background a bit.
Even share the edibles.
That too. Mm-hmm. Phaedra and her girl, yes, my units, honey, girl. Like, it was too much on Atlanta, but at least she had funny reads on Atlanta sometimes, and that's what kept her likable.
Yeah,
you boring, sweetie.
She had like a story.
Yeah, like now all she has is I'm Southern and I got some wigs and I want to be young. For what? Yeah. Be an established, classy attorney, although she ain't win no cases. Maybe that's why she ain't acting like one, but she was super boring on Dubai as well. She could have not been on the show.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't miss her on Girls Trip either, honestly. Her and Brandi kicking, it's like, all right, but Brandi is still ratchet ghetto Brandi. She has not grown.
Not at all.
She looks like she's been rode hard and put away wet. It's a mess. She's a mess.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, that's what people say about like when they buy boats and stuff and they don't weatherize them and then they go out to take them out in the summer and they look a mess. Same thing. Yeah, the surgeries have not been kind to her. Time hasn't either. Dorinda looks great. And for her, she's only 5 years older than me. We think that because you still act like you're a 12-year-old.
You're standing there in a big baby doll dress.
Like it's too much. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Jill was very thirsty for that. I don't get how anybody could see she was not thirsty for that. She was not joking. She wanted to be there. Oh, something else for me to be on and get some attention. Can I do it? No, you can't, ma'am. Go sit down. Go have a seat. That's it.
All right, Joanna, thank you so much for calling.
You're welcome.
Bye. All right, we're going to take Kyla and then Ashley, and then we are going to call it a night. I did want to say thank you, Darrell. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. Nadi said they did have Housewives of Chicago already. It was sorry, what was that, VH1? Yeah, I think you're thinking about Mob Wives of Chicago. That's what we had in Chicago. We didn't have a Housewives. It doesn't mean that they haven't tried and it just never came into fruition, because there are a few cities that they've tried and we just never got them. Like Houston, I heard rumors that they've tried and it just never panned out. All right, Kyla, I'm gonna bring you up. What's going on, Kyla?
Hey, Kempire.
How are
Can
you?
you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep it straight point so you can, go live your life and all that. First off, I just want to say Taylor was doing too much for me. Just absolutely was doing way too much for me, because it's just like, what did that have to do with you? You know what I'm saying? You fight somebody else's who already moved on with somebody else. Like 10 years of that? Nah, I was like, girl, you looking for your moment and nobody's giving it to you. So, and then the whole comment Dorinda made, I love Dorinda. Let's just start there. But why would you bring that up? Like, I was upset when she did that. And I was definitely with Eva at that moment when she was just like, no, I'm good. Like when she left twice and came back and they were still acting a fool. Complete mood. But I love Brandi. I know everybody hates her, but I actually love her because she's the type of person that's like, if you come for me, I'm going to go low. Especially if I ain't doing nothing, I'm going to come for you. So I absolutely love her. Like, even Phaedra said it. I love that about you because I'm not messing with nobody.
Scorpios, so they see
oh,
it in
yeah.
each other.
Like, just leave her alone because she wasn't bothering nobody. That's the crazy part.
I know for the first time.
No, she kept picking it. Like everybody kept picking on her, and so it's just like I feel like people like to pick on her because I don't know. I feel like they want to see her downfall for some weird reason. I don't know what that is, but I don't know. It's just usually because I've never seen the other franchises except for Atlanta, so I don't really know the backstory of why they hate her. But I just notice when it comes to all of them, it's like they have this agenda. Like they came in like, oh, we're gonna take her down.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just like how, Kenya, Candy, and Cynthia were doing with Nene. It's like they all find something and then they were like, oh, we gonna come for you. So that's really it. But I did have a question for you, Kempire.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about College Hill? And just seeing Nene, College Hill, the celebrity?
Oh, College Hill. I thought it was like, wait, what'd you say? College Hill. We've been recapping it. Have you checked our recaps of it?
I have not. I've just been really busy. Because I wanted to close out with this. I really love seeing Nene in this different energy. She just seems free, if that makes sense. And just how she's acting on everybody versus how she's on Atlanta. I definitely love that for her. Like she just seems like she's doing way better when she was on Atlanta. So
yeah, we recapped the first 3 episodes already, and I see that BET Plus just put out the 4th episode. So don't be surprised if we have a recap this weekend for that 4th episode, or we'll do both episodes this week. But yeah, we recapped the first 3 episodes, and I agree. Nene there's a lighter energy. She's giving us a little bit something different this time around, and she, for me, is bringing it on the show.
Yeah, I'm so happy for her. And then last, I genuinely feel like they're bringing back Phaedra. Like they're sneaking her in slowly to get the audience to be like, okay, she's back.
Well, Brandi did say in an interview that Phaedra talks about why she was fired on Ultimate Girls Trip. So you never know. And that might be the reason. And I did ask some sources and I said, is the real culprit a producer? And they would not confirm, but they did not deny.
didn't know she got fired. Oh my god. Oh wow.
All right.
Why though?
Kyla, stay tuned. We'll talk about it on the episode when they finally air that episode. Okay.
Yes, sir. I will. You have a good night,
You too.
Kempire.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. We're going to bring Ashley up in just a second, guys. You're just joining us. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Replay crew, we haven't forgotten about you. I want to know how you'd rate this episode. Live chat, let me know how you'd rate this episode from 1 to 10. What do you think about what the callers are saying? Who are your favorites? Maybe you think we have it wrong. Maybe you are someone that loves Brandi. Maybe you think, no, Dorinda didn't mean anything by what she said about her son. She was trying to say this. Or you're missing season 1. And who do you think should be in season 3? I just told you who they've confirmed for season 3, but who do you think needs to be a part of it? Or season 4? All right, let me see what the chat is saying. A 6, okay. An 8, a 6, a 7. I'm seeing a lot of 6s, but 8.5. All right. A 5. All right. An 8.9. All right. Not bad. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of 6s and 7s and 8s, so not bad. A 5. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I'm going to bring up Ashley next.
Be quiet.
What's going on, Ashley? Ooh.
Hey, I was talking to my kids, telling them to be quiet.
Okay.
I've been a dedicated Kempire fan ever since I was pregnant, about 8 months, and now we need baby merch. I was the one who was asking about the baby merch.
Okay. Stay tuned. Let me take a note. Hold on. Because that is something that I have been in talks with. So let me just write this down.
Please get us some baby merch.
You had a baby? What did you have?
A daughter, a girl. You have a daughter, Kempire baby. Yes.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad you called in and told us that. Wow.
Thank you. I'm dedicated. But back to it.
When was she born?
She was born August 2021. So I've been watching way back then.
That's about to say. So she's about to be a year old.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. All right.
She's growing.
Yes. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you so much. But back to it, because I know that you are wrapping it up and got to get you back to what you were doing. Dorinda. Pause. The pause. Put on pause. So we're going to use the terminology that she's been put on pause and that she wasn't fired. I mean, everybody else was fired, so she was, that one select choice that was just put on pause. So she's gonna come back later, or
they got rid of the show,
right? So I was like, okay, I guess so. With that one, with Phaedra, I feel like her not telling us who she's messing with is like a hanger. She's leaving us on our seats with that, because she was on the show Couples Therapy on We Network with the one guy.
Oh yeah. I never watched it, but I remember.
And they didn't work out. So I was assuming like, okay, well, she wasn't really dating anybody. So who is this guy? I guess she's trying to keep it protected due to what happened with Apollo and Candy and Todd. So don't want to get her, wrapped up into that mess all over again. But
and I didn't believe the relationship that she went on that guy with. I
thought it was staged. I really did. I thought she was going to pull a Kenya and was paying people to, Anyways, Brandi versus everybody except for Dorinda, Eva, and Phaedra, of course. But Brandi is versus everybody. And the way that Taylor snapped her hand on that table and was like, you know what? You're not gonna. I was like, oh my gosh. I've seen Taylor snap before, but I've never seen her to that extent. I think she's trying to lay down, her little legacy so that people can remember who Taylor is, because it's been several seasons since we've seen her. Yeah. So a lot of people have forgot, where she's been, where she's come from, and where she's planning on going. With that one, we don't have too much of a backstory on her as well. She doesn't really have a storyline. With Eva, she's the stoner. I enjoy her because before she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she wasn't really giving us any type of depth when it comes down to her life and what she's doing, like with what's going on with her, other than the fact that she got married, had additional children, and so on and such forth. So we didn't get too much like about who Eva is. No details, no specifics. But like with that, I get to see like more than I would get on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Maybe it's because it was more people on there and she didn't get too much of a light to shine. But I'm starting to realize that she should have stayed on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't understand why she left. I really don't understand why she left. With Vicki and Tamara, I thought they didn't even like each other. And now they're on this show and they basically are in love and obsessed with each other. And they're basically teaming up to go against Brandi. I don't think it's going to work because Brandi, she's, all gas, no brakes. But
oh, damn.
Yeah, she's all gas, no brakes. If Brandi can go against Lisa V, I don't know if Tamara and Vicki are equipped to handle Brandi, because the way Lisa explained it, she was like, it's like my dog biting my hand. And she's like, oh, what? You called me a dog? Oh my. And then went crazy on her. And I was like, okay, well, I don't think Vicki and Tamara have what it takes to take on Brandi, because Brandi is on a totally different level. But other than that, I think I covered everybody who I want to be on season 3, Portia and Kim Zolciak. Even if they have their whole cast lineup, I think those two would be perfect because they would bring, more to the show.
What they need to do for season 3 is very much like what they were trying to do with Jill Zarin. They need to throw someone in there that we don't know yet.
Yes. And the whole Dorinda and the Jill being thirsty. Oh my goodness. Did she have to tell her like that? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Did she have to say like thirsty? Because I know that Jill was thirsty. She hasn't been on air for like over 5 years and plus. Like, of course she's thirsty. She wants to continue to keep her name going and out there because of the fact that her and Bethany have went through their little spiel, and then they chose Bethany. Okay. And left it at that. But other than that, I enjoyed the whole girl show. It's better than the one that I watched before season 1 with Kenya and Cynthia, because at the end of the day, they could have chose other people. Like Kenya is still on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She could have been stayed on there and picked someone else who isn't. Like they said, ex-wives club.
Technically, Cynthia thought she was coming back too.
Oh, yes, you're right. But they should classify it as ex-wives club, which is what it is.
Don't give Andy any more ideas for shows. We already given him enough ideas. I thought the same thing that you're thinking. They should do like a whole separate thing where it's just
right. And if you are good enough to bring the heat, then you can come back to the show. But if you can't bring it, then there's no stay on the Ultimate Girls Trip and stay there. That's it. That is all. But thank you so much, Kempire. I hope you enjoy your weekend, and I enjoy watching your shows. I am a dedicated listener, and I will be continuing to listen.
You really are, because you've been listening since your baby was like, wait, you were pregnant, and then the baby's about to be 1. That's a long time.
Yes. She listens to your voice. She knows your voice by heart now.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for calling in, and congrats. And stay tuned. I'm going to work on the baby merch.
Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night. All right, y'all. Oh my goodness, we got babies being made. Candace says that Andy confirmed that she was put on pause. I think Andy, very much like all of us, are scared of Dorinda. So now, because I was with you too. I was like, yeah, she's really put on pause, unlike everyone else. I think Andy didn't want to feel the wrath of Dorinda. Dorinda literally says she didn't even ask him if it's not going to change the outcome. She doesn't want to know why she's being put on pause. It's almost sad at this point. Oh, Dorinda. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Thank you all for being a part of the conversation in our live chat replay crew. We want to hear what you guys think. We want to know what you would rate this episode. What do you think in regards to all the other Bravo news that's come out? Married to Medicine, that promo photo, the Ultimate Girls Trip season 3 cast. What do you think of that? Let's continue that conversation below. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. To become a member, head on over to teamkempire.com/join. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat, like Jenna. Thank you so much for the super chat. Jenna says Mary Cosby and Kenya would blow the roof off. I just don't think they're going to bring Kenya back for another season for Ultimate Girls Trip. Not just yet, because she literally just did it. I don't know what her relationship, Mary Cosby's relationship, is with Bravo right now. So I don't think that's going to happen either. Just saying. Thank you to all of you for being here. Again, thank you to our moderators. Don't forget to say thank you to the moderators, guys. Have a great rest of your Friday evening. I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to check out everything that you missed today so far, including our RHOA mid-season trailer coverage and Lisa Rinna apologizing to the cast of The Real Housewives of Dubai and The Real Housewives of Dubai ladies, including Sergio, fighting on Twitter. Check all of that out. Also, Real Housewives of Orange County news. 2 housewives aren't coming back. Check out that video. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful night. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, let's get out of here.